93.3.
Christy Taylor here on Alt AZ 93.3 with another alternative Christyosity. Today, it's Beware of Darkness. We've got Kyle.
Yeah.
And then Dan. And then Tony. And so that would be singer and guitar, bass, and drums in that order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slan.
How long have you guys been together as a band?
I think it's 6 years now.
5-6 years, yeah.
It was 5 for a while.
Yeah.
6.
Now, rumor has it, according to the internets, and we all know the internets lie, that you guys almost thought you were going to break up at one point and not even make it to your sophomore album.
Sure, yeah. It's pretty accurate.
What's the story behind all that?
I think we just burnt out a little bit. We toured too much and then didn't really have things sorted out from the start and then took time apart.
What happens when you tour too much? Like, what tensions does it cause?
It's relationships, you know? It's relationships. You don't have
It's like
stuff sorted out in the
marriage.
beginning. Yeah, it's like a marriage, except we don't, you know?
And when we went out too, it was pretty like 0 to like go.
Yeah.
We didn't really have like.
We're like, oh, I wonder
That's
if
so
we're going on
funny.
tour, and then it was like, you're going on tour with
Yeah,
Smashing
exactly.
Pumpkins in
'Cause,
Europe.
like,
We're like, oh
yeah,
my god.
it was so funny. Everyone asked us that. They're like, how does it feel like to like go from 0 to 100? And I'm like, it doesn't feel like that. We've been grinding for like 2-3 years before we ever put music out. But then looking back, we totally did that because the year that we toured like 2 years straight, and at the beginning of the year we had no tours booked, and then it was like, cool, you're booked till November, and then we went toward the next year. So it was like, I think it was a combination of a lot of small things. You know, like the team we had was weird, and that kind of bled down, and then I think we toured like 3.5 months, and it was some of the best shows we ever played and some of the worst shows we ever played. So we just stopped and then kind of put all the pieces together and took time apart and grew. And then I think we all realized how much we loved it and how, I know I realized how special the three of us are together playing, you know? So I think we appreciate everything a lot more.
Do you think maybe you just needed a nap? Because I find I'm cranky when I don't sleep enough.
I think you're right.
She was right.
Next time we'll do that.
More napping.
Save a lot of time and energy. Yeah.
Did all of that tension come into play in your sophomore album, Are You Real?
Yeah, I think there was enough time to look at everything that went wrong. And yeah, you're right. Yeah, because making the first album was probably like the worst experience ever.
How so?
Ever. It was just awful. Like, I'm speaking for myself, but I think we're all on the same page about this. Awful in a sense of like, the people we made it with, the story I tell people was the first day we were making the album, before we talked about music or direction or like vision or anything, the co-producer takes me aside and he's like, all right, here's the deal, Kyle. He puts his left arm up and he's like, here's the record you want to make. And he puts his arm above his head. You're videotaping so you can see. He's like, here's the record you want to make. And then he puts his right arm like a little bit above the navel, as you can see in the video, not on the radio. And he said, here's the money for the record you're going to get. And here's the time and effort we're going to like put in. So that was like the first thing he said to me, making our record. And then right after that, he proceeded to tell me why his name should go first on the credits over like anyone else. So there was just like a really weird vibe. It wasn't about the music. I like shut down. I was really depressed. And I think we took all that negative energy. Have you seen Vanilla Sky? Mm-hmm. That movie? Do you remember the quote throughout the whole movie where it's, you can't taste sweet without the sour?
Yeah.
They say that throughout the whole, it's like that, you know? So it's like, I wouldn't take that experience back for anything, having a really negative, because we know how not to make a record, how not to treat people, how, you know? Because the thing about making a record and producing a record, you have to feel safe. And that's how you express yourself. You have to feel safe enough to be vulnerable with who you're with. And we had a complete opposite environment for that, you know? So it was good experience in that. So that set the stage for Are You Real? You know, and let's see if we can make it the exact opposite experience. Like, I wonder if we can make it the best.
So you
part
wash
of
your hands of
everyone's
it, you put it aside,
Yeah.
all the tension's over, you take a little bit of a break, you come back, and for Are You Real, supposedly you wrote over 100 songs collectively as a band?
Yeah, I did most of the writing, and I wrote with some hip-hop producers. Trinity. It was
Okay.
really good, yeah.
And what's the difference between how you did it before and how you did it the second time around?
That's a really good question. The first time, I had no idea that people were even going to hear the songs. and I just would write a song and it would be that, and there was a lack of focus, you know. And I don't know if you heard this, but they say it's like, oh, your first record's easy to write because you have your whole life, and you know it takes 10 years to write it. They say the second one's harder, and I always thought it was the opposite. I always knew that like the second one's gonna be way easier because there's gonna be a focus there. The first one, it was like writing that in the bedroom, not knowing that anyone was gonna hear it, you know. So like that was the biggest trip of the first album, was to be across the world and someone's like, I heard this song, it changed my life, it helped me get through something, you know. So like knowing that and knowing, I guess the base of what songwriting is and that it helps people, and that's what the art is. I think that influenced the second album. And for the second album, everything came in like bits and parts. So there's songs on there that I had to write 6 songs to get that one song, and it was like putting Lego pieces together. So it was, I don't know if I want to do it like that again, but that's just how it happened. So sometimes to write one song, I had to write it 3-4 different times and then put it away for 2 months and then come back to it, you know? But then others came in like 15 minutes. So that was...
It's not the same every time.
It's not the same every time. And that's the funny thing, because people are like, what's your songwriting process like? And I'm like, it's different every time. It's different every day, you know?
Some great songs take 10 minutes, some take 3 years.
Exactly. And some you forget about, you know?
But it's cool because you guys got noticed by a lot of bands. Just before you were mentioning that you toured with Pumpkins.
Yeah.
And then this year you're touring with the Strokes?
The Struts.
The Struts, okay.
Same syllable.
Different bands.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool though.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
We're excited. Because the other thing too, it's like, we like, not to like be weird or like toot our own horn, but like we were that band that would just like got in a van and played across the US, and there'd be 2 people, 3 people. Like we really started from nothing, and it was all organic, you know? So like this tour with the Struts, I feel like it's our first like do America proper, you know? So that was a cool thing about the first album too, is like, it's like grassroots.
Yeah, but
It's
a
like
lot of
Bernie
people...
Sanders campaign, you know?
A lot of people don't know that when you guys get up on stage, because maybe they haven't seen you yet, it gets a little crazy sometimes, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe there's a little rolling around on the ground and some things that happen occasionally from time to time.
Yeah.
How would you describe what goes on stage?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Music's just an.
She's like, you guys are so exciting on stage. How would you describe it? We're all like, we should be on NPR right now. Jesus.
I mean, at
It's
least,
exciting.
yeah, it's an
energy.
expression.
It's a release, yeah.
It's a release.
Yeah.
I would say it's like you guys get fully into the moment and
Yeah.
into the music,
That's-
and that
yeah.
you're so consumed by your art and what you're doing that you forget people are actually almost watching because you're
We were
just
talking
doing your
about
own
that.
thing.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We were just talking about that because this is the third stop on our tour, and we got this set down to a point where I think it's really good, and I noticed that I would get lost in it a lot, which is a nice feeling. You
Yeah.
know? It's like meditating.
Well, for people that
In front of
maybe
people.
aren't going to see you at Pub Rock, we should talk about how you're coming back the day your album drops.
September 16th. Yeah. To the local Panda Express.
To Tempe Marketplace.
sorry.
Close enough. But it'll be outdoors and it's going to be free too, which is
Oh,
really
really?
cool.
That's
so
great.
everyone will just be able to come see you play.
Yeah, they
and
better, yeah.
the Shelters are also playing. I don't know if you know those guys yet.
Yeah, I
I've
do.
played with them. Do you know them?
Yeah, I know one of them, Jacob. bass player.
Sick. They sound so
They call
familiar.
them like the Tom Petty Band.
The Tom
Yeah,
Petty
that's 'cause
Band?
Yeah, because he
His dad
produced
is
their
Tom
stuff.
Petty,
Yeah.
yeah.
His dad's Tom Petty.
Yeah,
Really?
one of them.
He-
I didn't know that. I just thought he
he's the
produced
nephew, I
it.
think, right? Or
Nephew?
is
I don't
nephew
know.
Tom Petty?
Related somehow.
Somehow.
I guess-
There's some story there, but it's all about you today. Beware of darkness.
That's okay. This is the time to say Nick Cage is my uncle.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm a Coppola.
Nicolas Cage?
No one knows that.
I feel like you told me
Is
that
that
once.
really true, or are you
So true.
BSing me right
I'm
now?
not BSing you.
Okay,
Would
does
I
he have a
BS you?
museum in his
Have
house?
you seen me? What?
Does he have a
I can't
museum
tell
in
you
his
that.
house?
It's like a. It's,
Doesn't he collect
it's a
all the
confidential thing.
artifacts?
Yeah. He does. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Totally not.
He's not?
No, he's not.
I swear you told me that before.
Really?
You said
Yeah.
that before?
No.
Well, if you tell a
Yes, you
lie, you
have.
got to repeat it
I
numerous
tell so many
times.
times, yeah.
And then you have to ask follow-up questions to see if you could catch him in a
Exactly.
lie.
What kind of artifacts are you talking about?
He collects like ancient artifacts,
Really?
like mummies and all sorts of weird stuff that's making him broke.
You guys gotta be related.
Yeah, we're totally related. I mean, have you seen me?
I do see you right now because you're
Yeah.
right in front of me.
Okay.
Now, if there was anything you wanted people to know about Are You Real or Beware of Darkness's music, what would you say?
I'd like to think it's really fresh rock music.
With a tinge
that
of hip
pushes
hop?
That's pushing the genre forward.
I would agree with that, for sure.
That's what I'd like to say.
3 albums in each of your vinyl collections. You can start, Kyle.
What? What'd you say?
3 albums
We have
in your vinyl collection.
Oh, 3 albums in my vinyl. I was like, I didn't know we had 3 albums out. I thought we only had
No,
2.
you only have 2.
I was like,
No. In your collection, like, what do you listen to? 3 albums.
like the favorite?
Sure.
We should all. Oh, Jesus Christ! Sorry. It's a scorpion bite. We should all tell ours.
Kyle, you can start.
The 3 like quintessential.
Yeah.
You're not gonna know them. If you know them.
Well, this isn't about me. It's about you.
I'm sorry. Nick Drake, Pink Moon.
Okay.
It's like an original copy of it. Judy Sill.
Okay.
I think it's a self-titled record. The last record I cried to. And then Grace by Jeff Buckley.
Okay. Dan,
I don't have any vinyl. I don't have any CDs or anything.
what are 3 albums you listen to then?
I don't even listen to albums anymore.
She's like, I don't even like music, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I listen to whatever. I just listen to songs, certain songs, certain people.
You just click through.
Just click through, yeah. Just hit Spotify.
Okay.
And I listen to that. I don't know. What do you
Tony?
I went through like a big Petty phase, big Johnny Cash phase, and I actually really like the Madden Brothers record that came out like a year and a half or 2 years ago, I think. I thought it was a kind of underrated record, but I thought it was
great.
I like slammed that record every day for like 2 months probably straight.
Did you work out to it?
No,
Just curious.
just driving, listening,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, now that you guys are going to be on the road for pretty much the rest of your lives till the end of the year.
Accurate.
Yeah. Are you out of socks yet?
Nah.
Good.
I got one
That's
more
a
pair.
really good question.
I wear stance socks.
Oh, those
out
are
there.
great
The
socks.
best
Sorry, I
socks.
didn't mean to
I've
jump
had
in
them
on
on.
that.
I've had them on for like a week, and they're still
I
so
just
fresh.
learned that
Oh,
how amazing
the
they
sock
are.
game is strong. We wear Vesta watches. I don't know if you can you zoom in on that, please? It's cracked, but we all are, right? A little bit. What about you? What are your 3 records?
My 3 records?
Yeah.
This isn't about me. It's alternative Christyosities, which means
I
we
would
talked
like
about
to ask you. Can I ask you the question?
No.
All right.
We have to make it about you.
All right.
I'm not important.
Yes, you are.
You make music.
Don't
I
about
talk for a
yourself.
living.
I think you're important.
Thanks for that. And I'm really excited to see you guys again in a few weeks.
I
It's
can't
going to be a
wait.
free
Yeah.
show. Does it get any better than free?
No, I can't. I
Subscribe.
can't wait for the people who
And
just happen to be there who stumble upon it.
And see you
and
roll
they
on
say,
the stage.
What is this? My rolling days are behind me.
They are.
Yeah, my old age, my hips.
Stop it. I think you're lying again.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys. Excited for the album to come out. Are you real?
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's going to be
It's gonna
fantastic.
be awesome. Dan
If
used
you
to
like
live here.
guitars, if you
Here.
like drums, if you like bass, if you like good lyrics, you're going to like Beware of Darkness. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you.